Could somebody please make it make sense?
Hi everybody, welcome to A Pop of Culture. I am your host, the Esoteric and Facetious, and this is A Pop of Culture, where I speak on pop culture, social justice, and human experience from a Black, bisexual, millennial perspective. Everything, and I mean everything I say, should be taken with a grain of salt, as I'm simply a college student with access to a recording device and the internet. However, with that being said, it shouldn't be your sole reason to critique my views unless it's truly relevant. If you disagree with anything I say, let's have a civil conversation in the comment section below. With that being said, I want to shout out my cover channel. I have a cover channel, Pop of Culture Things, where I sing throwback R&B, contemporary R&B, pop music, whatever I'm feeling, whatever you're feeling. So if you want to be down like Brandy, if you're down with the click, and if you're not down with my click, R.I.P. Aaliyah, then definitely feel free to check that channel out. With that being said, let's get into the topic of this video. The topic of this video is going to be the reference to Selena Gomez's kidney transplant on the Saved by the Bell reboot. Before I get into this matter, I want to address the fact that, of course, this is something that, a lot of people have been talking about, but I want to, of course, underscore the fact that Selena Gomez is a real person, and this was a huge medical health concern that she had to deal with that is no laughing matter. And, I feel like, sometimes we can get caught up in, well, this is a hot topic, but, this is somebody's real life. So before we get into that, I just want to say that.
Now, I know for a fact that Selena Gomez's kidney donor was Justin Bieber's mom. God, I wish that I had my phone so that I could prove it. Prove what? That you're an idiot? It was Demi Lovato's kidney. They're best friends, like you and I were.
So I watched the scene before I watched Selena Gomez's interview with her best friend, Francia Raisa, who you might know from Grownish. Then I watched the clip after I'd seen the interview. In the clip, two people who I presume are best friends are arguing about whether Justin Bieber's mom or Demi Lovato donated a kidney to Selena Gomez. It comes off as one of those kind of super fan things where who is the super fan? Who's the real super fan? Something where somebody might say, well, actually Beyonce gave birth to her son first, or actually she gave birth to the daughter first. It comes off as that kind of cringy stan culture where people spend an excessive amount of time and energy learning facts about celebrities who have never even heard of them. That was my first impression. The biggest concern that I had was that the joke, if it was meant to be a joke, was in very poor taste. Because, like I said, I feel like if they were going for humor and they were going for that super fan stan culture of, I'm such a big fan of somebody that I have obscure details of them memorized, they could have easily went for something like, oh my gosh, Britney Spears' favorite color, M&M, is purple. I think where they went wrong was making it about a kidney transplant. Even just watching it the first time, that kind of became very uncomfortable because it seemed like they were going for a comedic moment, but they were going over something that wasn't funny. A kidney transplant is not funny. Now let's talk about my impressions after watching the Selena and Francia interview. In this interview, Selena basically says how she was very upset.
And she was emotional. I hadn't asked anything. I knew that she hadn't been feeling well, but I know her, and I know that, we both, when we get a certain way, just let us be. And she couldn't open a water bottle one day, and she chucked it and just started crying. And I said, what's wrong? And that's when she told me. And she goes, I don't know what to do. The list is 7 to 10 years long. And it just vomited out of me. I was like, of course I'll get tested. And she didn't want me to do it. And she goes, I can't. You have so much going on in your life right now, and there's a lot of downtime. And I felt a lot of peace about it, and there was no question.
One of the key things to note about this throughout the interview is Selena refers to Francia as having saved her life.
We really hoped that it would be something that obviously saved my life.
This implies that had Francia not donated this kidney, Selena might have passed away or suffered severe health consequences. As she states, the list is 7 to 10 years long, which is a long time to wait. I think after watching the interview, the situation became so much more real to me. One of the things I talk about a lot on this channel is how a lot of times we view celebrities as these beings that are, larger than life and, more than human. And one of the realities is, even though that's the way that a lot of times celebrities are presented in the public eye, celebrities are people just like us who have immune systems, who have bodies that can sometimes fail in us or give us troubles. Perhaps when this person was trying to think of, a joke or something comedic or something that would, land with kids, because of course Selena Gomez is somebody who young people know because she was in a lot of things on Disney. So maybe they were like, what can we think of that's going to be relatable? Because they couldn't maybe reference, something from a celebrity that's, 30 and above, because it would go over kids' heads. So maybe that's why they were trying to use people like Justin Bieber, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez. However, I think when you really listen to Selena and her story, you realize, even though she doesn't really explicitly say it, when she says, 7 to 10 years, and she says, she saved my life, this indicates that this was a very dire situation that could have ended very differently if she didn't have a friend who happened to be a match, who was willing to donate their organ to her. After watching the interview and, getting more context to the donation, I definitely feel like there were so many other things they could have referenced to land a comedic moment that were not a life and death situation. Upon my second viewing of the scene, I actually am able to make out that in the background you can see in graffiti that there's a question, and I'll try to insert a clip of it here, where it says, does Selena Gomez even have a kidney? And that's where I kind of can get the outrage, because at first it seems like when people are saying, oh, they're making fun of Selena Gomez for having kidney issues and for having to have had a kidney transplant, at first I was kind of like, hold up, I don't see that, because it just seemed like they were kind of poking fun at like the super fan mentality of, oh, like, no, this person donated, no, this person donated it. Like that idea of people are so obsessed with celebrity where this is a real person's life and people are just kind of arguing about who knows it best. Like that's what I thought they were like. Initially, I thought that they were kind of poking fun at that. It didn't seem like they were making fun of Selena for having gone through that process. Like I said, it was a life and death process. But once I saw graffiti where someone's putting, does Selena Gomez even have a kidney? That's what I drew the line, because it's kind of like, before, okay, like, we're poking fun at, like, who knows Selena Gomez best and who knows this fact best. And, we're using references that young people can get of, like, Demi Lovato or Justin Bieber's mom. But once I saw the, does Selena Gomez even have a kidney? Like, that's when I'm like, okay, like, what is this supposed to be funny? Like, I feel like that's where it kind of took it too far. This is one of those things where I feel like it could have been easily avoided. Like, these, as far as I know, these writers are adults. These are grown folks who should know right from wrong and should know, hey, maybe I shouldn't say this. So what do y'all think about this? What do you think? Did you react the same way I did? Do you feel similarly? Do you feel differently? Do you feel like, because I feel like sometimes jokes, like I feel like jokes and humor are definitely a difficult kind of thing to navigate in our society, just because, certain things that people may have found funny before may be deemed offensive. And so I feel like, we can have good-natured comedy that's not problematic, but I think we definitely just, sometimes I feel like, people can, misconstrue what's appropriate versus what's not appropriate. Thanks so much for watching. Share your thoughts below. Like this video if you like this video. If you made it to this point in the video, comment a thumbs up emoji below, or still here if you are still here. Subscribe if you want to see more, and make sure to hit that bell so you're the first to know when I upload new content. I upload new content every week. And if you're enjoying yourself, and why wouldn't you be enjoying yourself? To the left, there's a playlist of all my video essay podcasts. I have 24 and counting. In the center is a button to subscribe if you just haven't had a chance to subscribe and you would like to. And to the right is a playlist of all of my covers and parodies. So if you are wanting to check those out, feel free to do so. And if you want to support me, if you want to support the show, first and foremost, a non-financial way you can support is just through sharing this video. I can make the thumbnails, I can, make the titles, I can do the tags and do keyword research. But one of the best ways that I can grow my brand is through y'all sharing this content with other people who like this type of content, because I nor you can control the algorithm, but I can control the quality of the content I make, and y'all can, if you enjoy the content, share with people who can like it, so that way, if y'all are feeling it, it's getting put out there, whether, the algorithm favors it or not. Somebody's gonna see it because you resonated with it and you resonated with me, and now you're sharing it with other people. So if that's a non-financial way you can support the channel, and if you do want to support the channel financially, my Cash App is linked in the description of this video. I'm trying to, upgrade my production quality and just, keep growing and expanding and, doing bigger and better. So if you want to help and support that vision, feel free to do so. All those who donate to the channel will be featured in the credits of all of my videos on both of my channels. Thanks so much for watching. Love you all. Bye-bye. See you next time.